What is up, Solow Sportsers? I'm here lounging above our beautiful US Open location to bring you my thoughts on the new Yonex E Zone 98 Tour Gen 8. This update for 2025 might be the greatest yet, but you won't know unless you stick around for the whole video and see what we thought about it and if it really will put you in E Zone for your best tennis ever.
The 8th generation of the Yonex E Zone 98 Tour is 315 grams, which equates to 11.1 ounces unstrung, with a swing weight of 335, making it 4 points head light with a balance point of 13 inches. It has a 98 square inch head size, a length of 27 inches, an open 16 by 19 string pattern, and a beam that goes from 23.8 to 24.5 down to 19.5 millimeters. The stock grip is the Yonex synthetic and has an eye-popping blast blue cosmetic. The Tour is the heaviest of the E Zone line, and new for 2025 is the addition of Minilon, which features ultra-fine strands bonded into a net-like structure, ensuring a plush feel, making every shot on court a delight.
For this playtest, we decided to string this racket up with Yonex Poly Tour Fire at 50 pounds. While it might seem trivial to start with the cosmetics of the racket, I can't help myself. This blast blue is absolutely stunning, and I think the name is spot on. This blasts into the TV. So I think what more and more companies are realizing now is that most people are buying rackets based on who they see playing with it, who's doing well, and how it looks on court, maybe even before how it performs on court, which is thankfully what we're here to help you figure out. Now, I think this cosmetic really shows up beautifully. It really pops, and so I think the companies are getting very wise to it. I think it looks fantastic on TV. Maybe it needs a little warming up when you put it in your hand, but I think there are a lot of great accents on here. That mint green here really works well with their Polytour Rev string. As you see here, we decided to put up a red string, their Polytour Fire. But you could also put their blue, their yellow, and I think it all coordinates and all really looks nice, which is super important for these brands because you want to look as good as the players do out there, even if your forehand isn't as good as Casper Ruud's. While it took me a few minutes to really dial this racket in, I found that I was able to figure it out pretty quickly, as I used to play with a 315 gram racket for the better part of 5 or 6 years. So once I got back into the rhythm and really was taking a full cut at the ball, this racket rewarded me very much. I felt I wasn't able to accelerate it as quickly as I wanted, but if I took the time to be prepared a little more early and took a more stable, fluid, maybe even slower stroke, this racket really rewarded me. So instead of going full force and really trying to leverage my wrist, if I was, bending my knees, really torquing and let my body do more of the work as opposed to the end of the wrist doing all the work, it worked out really nicely for me. It was really easy access to power. The ball was hit with great depth, super comfortable, nothing too painful. So I think this racket is a great way to get easy access to power, great stability from the baseline. So when someone's hitting hard at you, you can easily deflect the shot as long as you yourself are stable and are strong enough to hold it. Now, I think that's a really important point that people often miss, is that while you do want to take on the heaviest racket that you can manage, you need to be able to manage it. You need to be able to get it out in front of your body on a regular basis. Otherwise, this racket is absolutely a rough day at the office. But so once I dialed it in, once I was really taking a full commitment and a full stroke, getting that racket out in front and calming down and being stable, this racket was a dream. For me, where this racket really shined and where I enjoyed it the most was absolutely up at net. This racket is one of those rackets I would absolutely take onto a doubles court with me any day of the week. Going behind from with a big serve without doing too much, just pushing them deep with a lot of heavy pace, and then just holding the racket out and redirecting with super amounts of ease. With the weight, the head size, everything, this is just a great racket for those volleys. It was super solid, super stable. and had great access to feel, comfort, power, all the things I could possibly want. So whether I was trying to be cheeky with my drop shots or push them deep with great penetrating volleys, this racket was absolutely everything I could have asked for, and even maybe a little more, and made me miss the days when I could actually handle a racket on a regular basis with this much mass. So once I was up at net, absolutely easy to deal with the volleys, whether I wanted to do a feel, angles, you name it, this racket could do it.
Though this is a power racket, its above average weight, coupled with its 98 square inch head size, means you have to be a physically in shape and strong individual to leverage that power. That said, compared to other rackets in this weight class, it is exceptionally comfortable. The ideal player for this racket has an NTRP rating of 4.5 or higher, has the strength and endurance to wield a heavy racket, and has an all-court game. While I think this racket is better suited for a more conventional game style and two-handed backhand, one-handers and more modern styles can still take advantage of what this racket has to offer. While there are almost no power rackets in this weight class, similar rackets from other brands include the Babolat Pure Drive 98, the Head Boom Pro, the Dunlop FX 500 Tour, and the Technifiber T-Fight 315S. Next time you're feeling invincible and looking to blast through your opponents, take this racket out for a test drive and see if it finds a forever home in your bag.
Well, that's a wrap on our review of the Yonex E Zone 98 Tour Gen 8 for 2025. Make sure you blast that subscribe button so you're always up to date on the latest and greatest rackets, strings, shoes, you name it, coming from all the top brands. And as always, we look forward to seeing you in the next video.